That's fine. And welcome to the NAB AFLW Under-18s Round 1 from City Mazda Stadium here in Adelaide. My name's Julia Price and I'm joined today by Shiloh Curtis, AFL Women's commentator, former All-Australian and footy administrator, as well as Kelly Gibson, Adelaide Crows AFL Premiership player from the inaugural AFLW season. Welcome, ladies.
Great to be here, and what a terrific spectacle here in Adelaide. The sun's gone down now, but it was perfect this afternoon when it greeted us at the airport, and there's no wind, and there's not a cloud in the sky, and we've got a great view of the city in front of us.
Absolutely, and it's a new format we've got this year for the under-18s. Normally we just hold it over one week. Kelly, thoughts on the new format this year?
Yes, definitely a lot better than what we used to have back in 2014 and all the early days. But I think the girls like it a lot better, give their bodies a bit of a rest.
Absolutely. And from this weekend, they'll be picking an Allies team to play up in July at the Gold Coast to play against Queensland, Western Australia, New South Wales, ACT, Victoria and WA.
Correct, and so, yeah, they've sort of split the format a little bit. There'll be a series of games that will be played across the next 6 weeks where states are playing against each other. This weekend is almost like a Div 2 type of format where they'll choose an Allies team that will then be inserted into that July round-robin competition. And, of course, the new format is not about deciding on who a national champion is, more so it's about showcasing talent and also developing talent, giving them an opportunity to play on the biggest stage and giving AFL clubs and recruiters a chance to have a look at, what the future is.
Fantastic. So tonight's game is Tasmania versus South Australia. I'll go to you first, Shiloh. Who are your players to watch tonight for Tasmania?
Yeah, look, the big one obviously is Daria Bannister. She's a member of the AIS Academy that has been put into place now. They've expanded the format there. So she's, getting all the right, investment in the hopes of being drafted later on this year. She's certainly a draftable player. She's a pathway player. And when we talk about that, it means that she's come through the junior football ranks. She's played junior footy with the boys, moved into whatever youth girls football that has been available for her in Tasmania at this point, but also women's football. And she's now in the state team and she's top ager and she's essentially had a fair bit of investment. And so she's probably the number one player that clubs will be looking at. But certainly there's big raps on other kids such as Ebony Barringer, is a top ager as well, terrific speed, and she's a possible smoky for the draft as well. We'll keep a really close eye on her. But the great thing about the developing states like Tasmania is that there are some players that are coming through the ranks that haven't really had much opportunity in football, but they're brand new to the game. So if we look at someone like Elise Barwick, who's only played 3 club games of football, but there's massive raps on what she might do, and then identical twins Libby and Chloe Haynes, who've come over from basketball. They are elite basketballers, but they're giving footy a crack, and they've come from the draft lands, as they call it down there in Tasmania, Wynyard. So, we'll keep a close eye on how those newbies go in their first national championships.
Exciting stuff. Kelly, who have you got from South Australia?
Yeah, we've got here Jessica Allen, the sister of Sarah Allen, obviously from Adelaide Crows. She's one to watch. She's been in the under-18s for the last 4 years, and she's got a bit of height on her, 185 centimetres, and came from a basketball background as well. So she'll be one to watch, and she's a co-captain out there tonight. Another one would be Chloe Shear. She's been highly, recommended for this game, just to use her strength and her long kick for tonight, and she's really going to make her mark on the competition and hopefully for AFLW in the future.
Fantastic. And Chloe Shear, obviously a really good cricketer as well. She's a lot of multi-sport athletes out there, which is what we're trying to encourage, I suppose, at this age. It's been proven that multi-sport athletes can transfer all their skills between the different sports. Any other sort of examples out there that you can think of?
There's some really good, there's some great research that's come out of the US. Players that stay on multiple team rosters for as long as possible are more likely to make a senior professional, list in any sport. So it's terrific to see kids like Shear, and also I think the other one is Courtney Webb from Tasmania, who's a terrific cricketer as well as footballer. So it's really nice to see that. And as we've seen with AFLW, multi-sport athletes, Cal, you've played a fair bit of rugby as well, touch rugby, and then Emma Carney. We saw obviously Erin Phillips, Nat Plain, who's a cricketer as well, and we know the likes of Monique Conti coming through, and Chloe Malloy here in Victoria, not here in Victoria, but the Victorian girls who are elite basketballers as well as footballers. So it is a really exciting time for young women who'll be able to make whatever choices they want around their sporting futures.
Fantastic. So we're only minutes away here from the start of the first game of the NAB AFLW Under-18s game between Tasmania and South Australia. Everyone moving into position as we speak. As Shiloh mentioned before, it's a beautiful night. We've got great views of the city from where we're sitting here. And fortunately, it's quite pleasant at the moment, not too cold.
Not yet.
For our Perth listeners out there, and particularly for Kelly.
Well, it's balmy for you, Julia, from Hobart at the moment.
I'm going to take the jacket off. So starting in the ruck for Tasmania, it looks like Sky Brown. Can't quite see who it is for South Australia at this stage.
I think that's Jessica Allen starting in the ruck.
And why wouldn't you?
Absolutely. It's a breeding ground for players. And first ball up, won by Sarah Allen, tapped down to the advantage of Tasmania, driving through the midfield. Can't pick it up cleanly. Pops it on the foot, trying to force it forward, and a good mark to Tasmania, pushing back off the mark. Tasmania pushing through. Gets right under it. First inside 50 for Tasmania. And a good grab there. I think that's Bannister. No, that's Georgia Hill from Tasmania. She's pushing back.
Great job there by Hill to get that front position as a key forward, and that's what the coaches are going to want, you know, asserting your presence straight away as a forward, and a mark as a result.
About 40 metres out. Doesn't get too much on it. 30 metres out. 30-metre kick. A little bit on the ground. Tries to snap it around the corner. Might get it over her head, but it gets a bad bounce and just goes through for a behind for the first score to Tasmania, leading by a point.
A really smart positioning there. She held herself off the back of the contest and threw it onto the left boot. You know, there was a vacant goal square, so they were very lucky that it didn't go through, but very clever positioning there from the Tasmanian.
Kicks it back in. Tries to get it over the defenders. Good little handball over the top from South Australia. Running down the near wing. Just gets a boot onto it. Gets beaten by the crowd and is run over for the first throw in just in front of the South Australian bench.
I like the work there from Jessica Allen there. You know, she was part of that rebounding effort there. Good to see talls get their hands dirty and do the ground ball work as well. So terrific start from the tall player.
Good position in front. Allen, can't quite pick it up. Well roved. I think that was Jones. This might have been Jaslyn Smith. Into the pocket. Kicks it in beautifully. Good handball back inside. Tasmania intercept. Try and clear it out of their 50. Just gets it on. Pops it down the wing. Overcooks it a little. South Australia read it better. Pops it inside again. That's a good kick, but no one's there. Big collision. Well cleaned up from South Australia, and it looks like they'll get their first score as a behind just to the right.
Cal, how was the pace then of, I think it was Eloise Jones, number 11 for South Australia then. She just attacked the ball, read the ball off the ruck's hands, and then the intensity at the contest. That's the sort of football you need to play at this level, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. She read it really well off the ruck there, and she took it with both hands, and she went for a run as well. It's great to see, though, the girls take the competition on.
Well read from Tasmania. Just chips it over the back. Running through, that's Hallaby from Tasmania. Beautiful read from Tasmania again. Down the ground, Freeman can't take it cleanly. And it's going to be a ball up.
Big raps on Hallaby's work rate too. She's a hard nut. She's described as a hard nut by her state coaches, but smallest player on the field for Tasmania tonight at only 155 centimetres.
I think you've got her on that one, Charlotte.
Possibly.
So a little handball out to the wing again. Tries to go back inside, doesn't find a target. Good work from the South Australians. That's Walling. Gets it down the ground. Good spoil from Tasmania. Pops it on the left boot. Good kick inside. Not too many there, though. Gets a good bounce over the back. Handballs it, though, straight to opposition. Can't take it cleanly. Another left footer by... That was Courtney Webb. Ball on the wing, being held up, and can't control it, and it's run over by Madison Bennett from South Australia.
Love to see the girls get a bit fired up.
Yeah, you would, Kelly.
You would, Kel.
It's contact sport.
So it looks like a free's been given there to Amy Hallaby. Not sure what that was for. Chips it over the top, looking for a player in front. Good defensive work from the South Australians. And that's holding the player, I think. Nope, throwing it's a throw. Play on from there, and that's Bennett. Good hit, well done. Mia King, good work, and she's getting the tackle paid.
Not sure if the player had actually taken the advantage then, but the umpire called it anyway, so...
She was a little bit confused by that call, I think.
Oh, that's a good mark. Got to pay that. Well done.
Terrific effort there, running back with the flight of the ball, and you know, knowing you've got a big, tall player coming in front of you there. What a terrific effort there by Courtney Webb.
She's gone with the black boots tonight. She was having a bit of concern about which colour boots to go with tonight. So it's the big issue they're worried about out there. So again, South Australia trying to force it back downfield. Tasmania doing well at the moment. What do you think about their structures at the moment?
I mean, it's really nice to see them, South Australia, try and use the other side of the ground, actually come out the other side. They've been a bit one-sided around the ground and got the ball stuck in congestion. But that's what these championships are all about, and these programs are about, teaching players to be able to get the ball, exit the ball, and with structure and strategy rather than just, you know, bombing it on the boot under pressure.
Good pace there from South Australia. Belts it down ground. Runs inside 50 nearly. Can't quite control it. Gets it out beautifully. Maybe a little high. Umpire has said play on. Handball ducks under Tasmania, trying to clear it out again. South Australia can't pick it up cleanly.
And already Jones. How was the touch there from Jones as she attacked the ball? Again, you know, she just likes, she reads the flight of the ball well, and just that really lovely one-handed touch to then take it as she ran. Terrific start.
Beautiful tap down there from Allen. Gone inside, handballs it off, steps back inside, nice little 12, tries to find her teammate, steps inside, and she runs into traffic, and that will be holding the ball.
And it's good to see the girls try and take the game on like that. I don't mind that. And yeah, she's trying to have a shot on goal, but the work there by Tate McCrill to actually free her teammate up like that, sensational.
Oh, that's a great kick from, I think that's
Jones.
Eloise Jones
again, yeah.
Fantastic work from her. So on the run, great work from South Australia, and they take their lead to 1-1.
All that hard work paid off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, real terrific. I mean, that was her third impact in this passage of play, this forward movement. You know, she started as she attacked the ball. She was up there on the forward flank in that earlier contest afterwards. And then, you know, she kept running the lines and presenting at the contest. And I really liked how she straightened up, steadied her body, you know, found the middle of the goals, you know, by sight, and then finished off really, really straight. So, you know, she's already making her mark in this game.
Ball up again. Good win again by Allen. Taps it down. Towed ahead by Webb. Good job from Webb. Using the left a lot today. Just overcooks it a little bit inside 50 again. Tasmania doing well. Inside 50 at the moment. South Australia trying to clear it out that far side. Steps around opponent. Can't quite beat the defender. Ball up. Tasmania come up with it again. Chipped inside, that hasn't gone 15. Play on. Little chip again inside. Plenty of red jerseys back there. Great work from South Australia to run that out. Really good job. Tasmania, fortunately, won straight off the bench. And that's Camilla Taylor straight into play off the bench. Fortunate positioning. Webb snap it around again. Tries to find one of her forwards. No one can take it cleanly. Falls into the hands of South Australia. Try to clear it out. A C back to Webb again. And she's about 45 metres out, pretty much directly in front.
Well, the pressure work there from South Australia has been sensational. I've had the numbers there at the Tasmanians in their back line, but you know that quick kick forward there and leaving Webb unmarked in the corridor, dangerous.
Good looking kick and no one back on that line. That was very dangerous play there from South Australia, pushing up. Obviously, they didn't think she'd be able to kick that far.
Well, a couple of learnings there for the South Australians. Always make sure you've got a tall on the line. But the other thing, when you do win the ball under pressure, don't bomb it down the corridor. Make sure you go wide. So, you know, that's what these championships are about, you know, the coaches will go back, look at the vision, they'll talk about those teaching moments, and the kids will be better even tomorrow. They'll be even better players as a result.
Oh, yeah.
So, terrific.
Beautiful mark.
Looks down the wing. Good lead again. Great work from South Australia. The near wing. Good looking kick. A little bit heavy.
Had the right idea. Hit it out wide and down the wing. So it's good to see the girls actually taking it on.
So ball in. Near side wing. That was over the head of Olivia Fuller, who was in the ruck then. South Australia looking to clear it out. Good skills. by Chloe Shear, driving it downfield. Tasmania intercept. Oh, I think that might have been out at the full. So that'll be South Australia's ball.
The hardness of Shear is just terrific, and she's so strong in her body. When she gets the ball, she really drives through that ball and gets a lovely low flat kick. So again, another one in South Australia that's already making her mark in this game.
Oh, Brianna Walling, well read out the back there by Daria Bannister. So beautifully to her teammate in Al-Halabi again. She's getting around the ground well. Trying to go up through the guts. There's a free being found in there for too high, and that goes the way of South Australia. It's their opportunity. Drive it inside 50. Good grab from behind. Great work.
It's Jessica Allen, Sarah Allen's younger sister. They almost look identical. Oh, terrific mark. Oh, the umpire's called play on.
Must have been a little hand in there, I think. Good movement, but and Allen can't quite get it away.
Sack. She's nailed it.
Well, there was a terrific defensive effort from the forward, and if you're a young forward at home watching this game, that's exactly what you want to do. There was a hurried kick by Allen. She got the South Australian player wasn't able to get front position with the hurried kick, but in fact impacted the contest with a spoil from behind rather than try and take the mark. Kept her feet, won the ground ball, and then was able to have the shot on goal. So terrific example of being able to balance offence and defence as a forward. So terrific result there for the South Australians.
So we have South Australia leading 2-1, 13 to 2 behinds for Tasmania at the moment. Ball getting driven down. South Australia now getting some confidence up from couple of goals. Driven out wide, Tasmania. Great work. No support though. Puts it on the left. Drives it downfield. No one really taking it cleanly at this stage. A little shove in the back, play on, says the umpire. The umpire's found it, holding the play up. Tasmania's way. Spotted someone. Webb was a little bit on her own for a moment, but back inside 50 for Tasmania. They've had some good attacking play so far. Can't take it cleanly. Ball's not coming out. Yes, has just popped out, of course, as soon as I say that. Left boot, unmarked. South Australia on her own has played on. That was Esther Bowles. Good head over the ball play. Can't quite clear it out. It's popped out the back, Bannister. That's Camilla Taylor's tried to put the boot on. Oh. Big hit from Tasmania on South Australian player. Both up. Good contact. Ball on that 50-metre line, and as a free kick's been paid to South Australia. Clearing out, I think this is Ellen McDonald. Finds Jocelyn Smith on the flank. Looks back inside, spots a player. Oh, very dangerous play, but she's got rid of it. Can't quite get a hand on it for the handball. That's a little throw. Umpire has found it. God, I should be umpiring. That was great.
Can do it all.
Pops it over the top. Well played. Daria Bannister, she's moving beautifully at the moment, really pushing up well.
It's good to see her really be proactive and promote that fast play from her teammates.
Oh, and a great grab.
It's been good to see the girls actually go back with the flight of the football. They're not scared to back out of the contest, which is really exciting to see.
And they've probably taken a fair bit from the AFLW, the intensity. They now know what the benchmark is in terms of intensity at the contest and the player, and they'll play like that this week.
So Chloe Haynes having her first shot for the night.
One of the elite basketball twins.
Just leant back a little bit on that one. Maybe she was trying to find...
I think she was passing that one.
I think she was.
It was her sister, in fact.
Absolutely. It's just like the backyard.
Well, there's a lot to learn when you first start playing football, and set shot goal kicking is something that you often don't... You get that taught that last often, so probably got a little bit of work to do there.
So Haynes lays the tackle in, puts a bit of pressure on South Australia as they try to clear it out of Tasmania's forward 50. Umpire balls it up. We've got about 40-odd seconds left in this first quarter. Good tap down, beautifully read from Mackerel. Trying to clear it out. Bannister again. Spots an open player at the back. Can't take it cleanly. The umpire's found another throw. And that's a South Australian free. So they've worn this pressure from Tasmania. Just got another 15 seconds or so to hold out. Good forward position from South Australia. Working well, snaps it around the corner. Tasmania in front. Drive it back inside 50, but I think it's going to be too late. So at the end of the first quarter of the NAB AFLW under-18s between Tasmania and South Australia, we have South Australia leading 2 goals, 1-13 to Tasmania's 2 behind. And we're back for the second quarter of the NAB AFLW under-18s. Tasmania versus South Australia. Currently we have South Australia leading 2 goals, 1-13 to Tasmania's 2 behinds 2. Shiloh Curtis, what were your sort of thoughts on that first quarter?
Yeah, look, it was a bit of a tale of two halves there. Tasmania got themselves back into the game in that second quarter. Probably a little bit unfortunate that they weren't able to capitalise on that. They were a little bit slow to transition defensively once they lost possession in the forward line. They did a lot of work to get the inside 50s, but just weren't able to convert and then weren't able to bring the ball back really quickly. But terrific effort by South Australian defence. They rebounded really well off that, moved the ball nice and fast and had opportunities inside their own 50 and capitalised.
Kelly Gibson, any sort of standouts for you from the game so far?
Yeah, Jones has been really good standout at the moment for South Australia. She's been, using the ball really well, run and carry down the wing. I think she's been the difference.
Yep,
absolutely.
So we've got Eloise Jones, who scored a goal, as well as Bronwyn Iona Bosley. Interesting name. So 2 goal scorers so far for South Australia as the players head out to their positions.
And it's really terrific to see a bunch of mums and dads here. They're going down to the huddle to be here and support their kids and their, in their quest to, I guess, play in the AFLW. But it's really wonderful to see how many families are out here tonight and supporting our girls and supporting the competition and the sport in general. It's wonderful to get their support.
Perfect night for football as well.
Yeah, if you're playing. it's
pretty chilly up here, isn't it?
Shiloh, it's not about us.
Right. Very true. No, it is a beautiful night out here in Adelaide and great view.
Beautiful view. So Sarah Allen to continue in the ruck.
That'll be Jessica, her sister.
Yep, I'm sorry, Sarah. Good family, good football family. Tasmania pops it on the boot again. Driving downfield, get beaten by South Australia. The ball overruns it. Opportunity for Tasmania, picked up beautifully by Tasmania Bannister again. She's been lively in this quarter. Again, good work ethic. Round the corner, 2-on-1. Can't hold it, Tasmania. Steps inside and might just get the goal. Tasmania, that's a fantastic effort.
Well, a couple of things stand out for me that created that goal. The first one there is Bannister. She really straightened up and tried to hit a target inside. They didn't take the mark, but she went up and repeated for the second effort and won the ground ball, then went forward again. But the player that kicked the goal, there were 3 efforts involved in that. She had to present, she had to then work hard at the opposition player, and then win the ground ball and then finish up. So, I mean, for those young kids watching at home, if you want to be one of the better players, you've got to be prepared to put repeated efforts in, and that was a terrific goal.
Another tap down by Jessica Allen. Got it right this time. Drives it forward. Good reach from the back. That's Chloe Haynes. Little shove. That might be throw, but no, it wasn't. Play on. So that's South Australia. Tasmania trying to clear it. That's dangerous. And the umpire's called holding the ball. Only about 20 metres out. Should be no problem here at all for, it looks like, Brianna Maslam.
She had the right idea to kind of just run it out. It was quite deep into the goals curve almost, and she was unlucky that she got caught.
Oh, unfortunately, just missed it to the left, just dragged it a little. So, opportunity gone missing there for South Australia. That moves them to 14. 2 goals, 2-14 to Tasmania's 1 goal, 2-8. Driving out, can't hold the mark. Could be costly. Goes to ground, Tasmania. Good tap forward. Tries to snap it on the boot and just keeps it inside the boundary line.
I like to see Tasmania just try and keep their feet a little bit in a contest. It's pretty dangerous if you do go to ground, but you're 1 man down or 1 woman down if you go to ground.
So just dropped short. Good work from the South Australian in Chloe Shear.
First Falcon of the night.
Keep a tally of those if you can, Kelly.
Definitely will.
That was Kalani Morley there, the New Zealander who's here representing New Zealand as part of the Tasmanian team. So terrific to see our game spreading its wings across the... Is that the Pacific? No, it's the Tasman. It's the Tasman.
Well, football, not geography. That's got to be a throw. No, but it's play on. Tasmania trying to clear it out. Great defensive work from South Australia there in Mackerel. She's a good size. Had a great carnival last year.
Great hands.
And beautiful work there from Rosenweig. There she is. We've been dying to say that name. Good boot on her. Little hand in the back. Doesn't get picked up by the umpire. Tasmania nearly clear it out. Ball on the ground. Good work from Tasmania. Great. Well read. That's Mackerel. Is that Mackerel again? Can't quite keep it in. The umpire's going to call it out. So we'll have a boundary throw in from the near side.
Loving the second and third efforts from Mackerel. You know, she's using her body and really imposing herself on the contest, prepared to win the hard ball and get her hands on the football first. Excellent effort.
Her Mackerel and Marinoff last year were just fantastic through the midfield. It was really difficult to stop them both.
Well, she follows Marinoff's pathway. She's in good. She's doing a good job.
So Jones tried to snap one over her shoulder there inside 50. Couldn't find her target though. A little bit big. Bannister again in the mix. Hits the ground, as Kelly Gibson was saying before. Need them to keep their feet. Nearly a good grab from in front. Can't quite hold it. Steps inside. Good little handoff. Ducks into it. Mackerel. Good courage there from the Tasmanian.
Jones off again.
Oh, she's a talent, Eloise Jones. Gee, she moves nicely, and just how she straightened up, how strong she was in the contest, and backed herself in to take the game on. Terrific.
So at the back, Webb can't hold it.
Guess
Big
who it is.
fly. Oh. Great work to keep that in play. Tasmanian's got to pick that up. That's Tate Turvey from Tasmania. Can't clear it out. Good defensive work. Good pressure here from Tasmania. Oh, head over the ball. Mackerel again. Taking everyone on. Pops it out the back. Bannister tries to take the chest mark. Just gets bumped off it. Inside again. That's Hallaby. She's been good. Good pressure again from South Australia. And that'll be a ball up.
I noticed Mackerel every time she was training with us at the Crows, she could run through the midfield doing a drill and straight away she would do a fend off every single time.
She might have been following your lead there, Cal.
I haven't done one in a while.
And the ball rolls over again for another boundary throw in.
I mean, the awareness of Jones then, you know, just a couple of plays ago when she was caught in traffic and she knew she had a player behind her and that little hand pass over her shoulder and she hit the target. You know, she seems at the moment to be a bit more of a, you know, a package type player.
Mackerel again. Gets run onto it by the Tasmanians. That was Holly Ryan. South Australia, here they come again. Oh, bounce while being held. Good effort. Get away with it. Good work from South Australia. Just going to hook it to the bit to the left. Can't hold the mark. Keeps it in. Hasn't been called out yet. Goes back inside, but only can find a Tasmanian defender. Straight over ahead. Could have a chance to clear it out. Tries to. Good work there from Bannister. Down the wing by Webb. Gets a little bit under it.
Big fly.
Can't hold it. That's a great bump. And Georgia Hill, she's up, she's tough. Good handballs again, straight to Jess Allen again. Fortunately, that's going to find a Tasmanian. Mia King, driving it down the ground. Good lead from Tasmania. Do they get the good bounce? Not quite. Well done. Great work from Rosenweig. And the umpire's going to ball it up.
That was a great bump.
It was I thought you'd like that, Cal. It was terrific, and that's what you want to see: uncompromising, you know, impact on the contest, prepared to put your body on the line, and you know, and own your place in the game. Terrific.
Okay. Back inside, driving it down. Got lead position. Mackerel can't hold it, but she's gone straight in on and back up on her feet. Great strength. The umpire's going to ball it up again.
Be interesting to see the moves from the Tasmanian coach there. Really, Mackerel's really having an impact on the contest across the half-forward line here. Maybe Kenny might not be the right matchup for her at this point, but loving what she's doing at the contest.
Oh, that's in the back, but no, it's not. It's play on. Mackerel proving quite elusive and difficult to stop, as you mentioned, Charlotte.
Yeah, absolutely, and she just hunts the ball, doesn't she? Terrific.
The play's changed a little bit just here the last 5 minutes. Very stop-start. There's not very kick and flow at the moment.
Good pressure there from Webb. Tasmania covering the ball. Can't get it past South Australians.
Oh, terrific. Oh.
Great effort. Probably deserved to be paid. Pops it over the top. That's to Chloe Shear. Oh, driving. Oh, great defence from Tasmania. Good desperation. Managed to regather the ball. Pop it out. They've got a little bit of space. Got numbers. Runs straight past it, unfortunately. On the far wing. South Australia regain it. Good grab. Right on the 50. South Australia probably rushed it a little bit too much and didn't have the numbers. Went to a 2-on-1 contest. Tasmania trying to find someone to kick it to. No one's there. Is that deliberate?
Well, if you kick to space and not to a player, absolutely. And the umpire's called it. But it was really good to see her ask a question of her teammates downfield. If they're not presenting or not removing or not responding when they win the football back, then, you know, what is the player supposed to do? So it was really good that she asked her players to be accountable.
This is Tate Turving taking the kick in for South Australia. Oh, gets around a little good position there from Hallaby, but she hasn't quite got the height to take that mark. South Australia regather. Looks for the handball, but then decides against it. That was Walling again. She's been good. South Australia handballing inside 50, trying to clear it. And finds a player on her own.
Terrific awareness there by the South Australians, and you know that player that's Eloise Jones again just popped herself in. Really smart. She's playing on. She's right around the mark. Had a shot on goal and
nailed it.
Has kicked her second goal for the game. I think that is. Very, very smart play by Jones, and, you know, a little bit disappointing from Tasmania. They just need to man up. Even when they lose possession of the football, moving the ball forward, they're just not accountable enough. And South Australia are really able to capitalise on, I guess, some sloppy accountability from the Tasmanians and are able to impact the scoreboard as a result. So South Australia lead 3-2, 20 to Tasmania 1-8. Cal, you'd be seeing some terrific South Australian talent that you might have in your Crows outfit in the next year or two.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a couple of youngsters that are coming through. Definitely Jones. She's been definitely a standout for me at the moment. Like you said, she's a full package at the moment. Can run and carry, reads the ball really well, and she knows where to stand. She can read the game really, really well. I'm really impressed.
Tasmania reading that well. Oh, well held from South Australia. Play on, says the umpire. South Australia calling for it. Tries a snap over shoulder, but that's going to be out in the full. Good pressure from South Australia.
And that wonderful smother from guess who? Eloise Jones.
So South Australia finds a player on her own. It's Jones again. Centres that beautifully. Well watched and well taken as well. Good position from Tasmania, right in front.
Absolutely. The South Australians had a player loose on. She made the wrong decision of the player to kick to, and Tasmania have taken the mark instead.
Dangerous, down play. Jones again. Finds a player in front. Can't hold the mark, though. Tasmania desperately trying to clear it. Haven't got numbers. Gets a good bounce. A lot of numbers around the pack. And that's taken down. Will be a ball up pretty much back near the centre circle.
Well, there's great pressure at the contest there by the Tasmanians, but when the ball gets out in general play, they're just not as accountable as, say, the South Australians are, and they're not able to capitalise on it as much.
Great work from South Australia. Little bit overcooked again. Just not judging their kicks. Maybe there's a little bit of breeze out there.
It feels very breezy.
So South Australia regather. Driver downfield, found a player on her own. Looks across field. Good running from South Australia, but just not communicating well enough between each other. Gain a little bit from the back. Oh. That's a great effort. Unfortunately not paid. Just got stuck a little bit at the back. South Australia, good
Great
ball
eyes.
movement. And a goal to South Australia.
I think that was Esther Bowles who kicked that one.
Glad you could see that. So that takes South Australia's lead to 4 goals to 26 to 1-2-8. But nearly just under 2 minutes left to go. What do they need to do from here, Tasmania, Shiloh?
I think they've got to be a bit more accountable in defence, but at the same time, when they've got possession, they've got to control where the ball goes and have a bit more purpose about it. They're just bombing the ball on the boot at the moment, and that's credit to South Australia's pressure at the player, but they've got to orchestrate more control and more ownership of what the ball's doing and how they're doing it. And the umpires at the moment have just called a free kick inside the South Australian 50 against a Tasmanian, so South Australia's going to have another shot on goal. 2 shots in 30 seconds.
Yeah, probably a little undisciplined there with the little throw. We've seen a few of those tonight.
And again, I think that's just the product of the pressure from the South Australians. They've been terrific.
Just drag that one a little bit to the left.
Well, why wouldn't they be applying the pressure when they've been watching the Adelaide Crows women's team all summer? You know, the pressure that those girls put on across the AFLW season was amazing. So, you know, they've got some good role models to aspire to beat, and they'll be seeing some of that tonight.
Pops over the back. Tasmania trying to get a little toe on it. Good body work. Jane Jones holds her feet, couldn't quite get it, and they drag the ball in for a ball up.
I like Jones's physicality, but I'd like her to actually keep her eye on the football and go and win the ball, put her head over it, win the football, maybe draw the free kick for in the back rather than play the player. But yeah, she's loves the contest.
Whoa. So that was Cartignuri. I've nearly got it right. Cartignuri. Goodness, tried to put a bit of body work on there. Probably could have gone for the ball. They've run out of time. But a great quarter there for South Australia, finishing up 4-3, 27 to 1-2, Tasmania 8, with Jones with 2 goals, Bosley with 1, and Bowles with 1. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes with the third quarter of this NAB AFLW under-18s game between Tasmania and South Australia.
Thank you.
Hello, how are you? Hey. Yeah, leave after this, or whenever this finishes. not, they're like... I'm freezing. Bloody hell, it was so cold, man. Maybe. Oh, what's this? What number is she? 10? Is she 10? She's 185 centimeters. She was my player to watch. She's the one that looks like Sarah. Yeah. What do they call her? Chalky. What do they call her? Chalky. Oh, really? Oh. They're doing well. Yeah. You're like, yes. Oh. I don't know if I want to come after this. Come so far? Yeah, I don't know. I don't do bring any strange clothes for this. I'm trying to think. Probably someone's going to jump up. Otherwise, we can stop past where I'm staying and do up a jumper. I think I might have a jumper. Lois is coming, so she might be here. Okay. Pardon? Not that I'm aware. I'll be watching it. Somewhere. My dad's watching it because he knows I'm from TV. Oh, makes me so happy. That's so cool. Oh, that's funny. Oh my god. Have you had dinner? Really? Have you? Yeah, I went and got a quick little microwave and some cold. $5. Yeah. So, it was like a... Yeah, so that like some curry. Yeah, but it was only like big, so I might go get some fruit. Or maybe even at the shop. On the way there, I need to figure out where I'm going. Apparently, there's people over there. Yeah, let me know what you're doing. If you want to go. Oh, sorry. Hey, how are you? You got a bit of a mention on I'm being my old sister's texting me on everything that's
And we're back for the second half of the NAB AFLW under-18s game between Tasmania and South Australia. Currently, South Australia leading Tasmania 4 goals, 3-27 to 1 goal, 2-8. With me, Shiloh Curtis, AFL women's commentator, former All-Australian and footy administrator, as well as Kelly Gibson, Adelaide Crows premiership player from the inaugural AFLW season. Thoughts on the first half, Shiloh?
Yeah, look, South Australia has, I guess, had it all their own way, I guess, on the scoreboard. But, you know, that probably doesn't reflect the intensity in the contest of the Tasmanians. They just haven't been able to get their ball deeper inside their 50 to get some shots on the board. But, look, Hallaby, Webb and Bannister have really flown the flag for the Tasmanians, whereas for the South Australians, Eloise Jones has probably been the standout. Shear has taken some almost ripping marks in the forward line and shown her strength. And, look, Jess Allen, I should say, has given them first use of the footy inside in the ruck. So, already some great individual performances, but South Australians easily on the scoreboard.
The ball's up from the umpire. Allen to continue in the ruck. She's been dominant. Taps it down first, gets first hands on it. Good pick up. Driven into the ground. Play on, says the umpire. Ball pops out the back. People holding their feet. Good work from Tasmania. Tries to clear it. Can't get it out. A bit of congestion. The umpire has found an over the shoulder. Free to South Australia.
That's Tate Mackerel again. She's just been a powerhouse in that second quarter.
Oh, she's got a little under that and has found Daria Bannister, and she doesn't need much help to find the ball. She's been outstanding so far today. Pops on the boot, finds someone at the back, but South Australia, good positioning. Gets front position. First use of ball, drives it back down the wing.
Guess who?
Eloise Jones again. Finds another player out on the wing. That's Jaslyn Smith. Inside 50 for South Australia. Pops it inside. Whacks on the foot. Goes a little bit forward. Tries to find her teammate at the top of the square and can't get it. Tasmania clear it out. Straight down the field. Back into the centre circle. Taps on. South Australia regather. Try to pop it out the back. Tasmania read it better. They get under it. They haven't quite got the numbers back there. Little handball out the back. Looks inside. That's Hill. She got cleaned up in a really good hit before, but has pulled up very well from it. Little shove in the back. Actually, a big shove in the back. And that's a free to Tasmania.
Well, they're doing all the right things, Tasmania, at the moment. They're playing in front. They're finding the loose player. They're moving the ball quickly. So they've got an opportunity now to go inside 50. But it's been cut off there. Oh, almost there's a drop mark there by Rachel Dunstan, who probably on the last line of defence. It's not what you want to do, but, you know, terrific defence again. But really good to see Tasmania, you know, looking for the loose player, running the ball deeper, and being able to spot up opponents as opposed to bomb the ball. And, you know, they've got purpose to their movement at the moment.
Absolutely. South Australia got caught a little short in their defence there, and they could have popped it out the back, just didn't quite have the legs to get over the top. And try to clear it out now, so they're going to try and work their way out. They've got someone back this time. Coming out the near side. Good pressure from Tasmania. And it's over the boundary for a boundary throw in.
Well, the Tasmanians need to capitalise on this now. They've just got a bit of pressure on the defence of the South Australians, so they need to reset, set up right, and make sure they own front position deep in forward for that quick kick out.
Tap down again, Allen. Well read. Booted down the line. Good body work, Tasmania. Can't quite grab it. That was Chloe Haynes. Little tap off the knee from Lauren Stevenson. It's escorted over the boundary line just in front of the South Australian bench.
Alan's a real problem for the Tasmanians in the ruck. She's a 185 centimetre player, and she's just got so much extra reach. Her body work's fantastic, and those mids in Shear and Jones are just reading perfectly off the contest. So Tasmania's got to look to work a bit more from the ruck of South Australia to win possession in the contest.
Yeah, Camilla Taylor has been her opponent for most of the day, but Alan's just quality, isn't she?
Absolutely. Her sister in the crowd tonight.
It looks like a full moon as well, so it's a beautiful night here at City Mazda Stadium.
Bit of push and shove at the boundary line again.
So the Allen girls, there are 3 of them in the family. They come from Millicent, which is about a 9-hour round trip. And Sarah's moved in with her grandmother to study, but the Allen girls have done this 9-hour trip getting into Adelaide to play club football. So it's a terrific effort from the whole family to get them out, and they're playing at the best level they can.
I know their dad's involved with us at the Sample as well, looking after female football down that end. So he's doing really well down at Mount Gambier and all that kind of thing.
Oh, they're on here, Tasmania. No. Well, again, we spoke about it, I think, at the break. And, bend over, pick the ball up, get it in your hands, and then get the shot on goal. And, you're a bit more predictable, I guess, and can control the play a bit better. So she'll learn from that. But good to see Tasmania really capitalising on some lazy defence from South Australia.
Just caught them napping. The umpire's still inside 50, so Tasmania's still in with a chance at the moment.
Good to see Tasmania prepared to go a bit more lateral too, use the corridor space a bit more rather than just up and down the line, which the first half that's what they've done generally.
Trent Bartlett's been with them for a few years now, so I think they're probably getting used to his style of play. He's been great with the Tasmanians. Popped it back, haven't got the numbers, that hasn't gone 15. He's going to pay it though, that's a very short 15.
That works for me.
Switching it wide, can't hold the mark, South Australia. Good work from South Australians there. Bit of assisting of the play with the ball. Holding her feet. It was Libby Haynes this time, one of the basketball twins. And a ball up.
And there's a bit of wind that's picked up here at West Adelaide, and it's going Tasmania's way. So if they work this quarter really well, they might be able to get a bit more scoreboard pressure on.
That's Camilla Taylor getting first touch there. Has a bit of a look. Well done. It's Mia King driving inside 50 again for Tasmania. And with a chance here. Couldn't hold her feet. Picks it up beautifully. Well done. Taps it forward. Great work. From South Australia. Driving up. Bannister again. 3-on-1. Can't hold her feet either. King in there again. And good defensive work from Tasmania. We'll have another ball up.
Took 2 players just then to get Mackerel down. She's a unit.
Great work again. Oh, that's in the back. Oh, over the shoulder. So Webb getting a little excited. Everyone pushing back quickly. Oh.
So it's little mistakes that we're starting to see. They're playing this is probably the fastest game of football they've ever played, playing at this level. And little mistakes like that cost you. First, that free kick from Webb over the shoulder, a bit clumsy with the tackle. And then, just that poor short kick. It quickly turns the ball over. And I guess, Cal, at your level at AFLW, those things can really turn the game from a loss into a win and vice versa.
Yeah, definitely. Especially in AFLW. Low scores and anything can happen, really.
So that was Bannister. A good deep kick into side 50, followed by Sutcliffe.
Well, good signs here from Tasmania as they haven't let South Australia get the ball in the forward half of the ground for the last 5 minutes or so. So well done to the Tassie girls.
It's been a little short in the last couple of rucks. They haven't actually had someone there, so it's been an easy win for the South Australians, particularly inside your 50. Don't want to make it too easy if you can. Bannister again. Good pace. Snap.
That's going.
Oh, except for that player.
The goalkeeper. The goalkeeper on the line.
There it is. But much better work there from South Australia. Before they would have pushed up and left that exposed. So
Bannister had a bit more time then to steady and actually see what was downfield. So she's just got to steady and just take a bit more composure. Bring her professionalism that she's been learning through the National Academy into her game.
It's very close to being out.
It was very close. He's kept it in there. Some good work there from Mackerel and Jones again. They've been outstanding today.
I've liked how every time Taz have gone inside 50, they've built a wall on their 50 line to actually keep it in. So they've done well to actually keep it inside their forward half.
Noticed also the Tasmanian team does have a good balance of players from the north and the south. So I think there's about 9 from the south. So they'd have to do a fair bit of travelling to make sure that they're trained together, much like the South Australians, as you said, they've got a fair bit of travel.
Yeah. There's a few girls in South Australia who do travel a fair bit. There's, I think there's a 10-hour round trip. That might be the record, in fact. So imagine travelling 10 hours just to play a game of football. I think Victorians, we don't understand that language.
We'll have to look into getting a pilot's licence. So another ball in, pulled up a bit short. Good competition there between Taylor and Allen then. So Hallaby got the ball again, snaps it over the shoulder. Is it going to be a good bounce for the Tasmanians? Good pick up, held her feet well. South Australia well composed, straight down the guts. Little bit of luck potentially.
The little give from Cartneri then just was really smart. She's a first timer here. She's not been playing the game for very long, Cartneri and Cartneri, I should say. But little give to the player behind her, deep in defence, who was in a better position, and they're able to find and spot up Jess Allen there in the corridor. So well done to the young defender and Cartneri.
Got there. Ducks underneath it. Can't get the ball out. Another ball up. Allen again. Gets that left arm up. Tries to hand off. Can't get it in. Just gets it inside off the side of the boot. Tasmania Bannister again. To her teammate who can't hold it. Top of the 50. Drives it down ground. Tasmania front position.
Oh, well done.
Keeps her feet, keeps it going forward. Great work from Tasmania. Unfortunately, just lets it down with her execution at the end there. And Cartneri is off again.
You nailed it that time.
Thank you. Oh, that's unfortunate. You've got to take those for Tasmania. Overhead mark. Good handball work and lateral work from South Australia. Plenty of numbers. Probably kicked that a little early. May get the good bounce. Great work.
And guess who?
Jones, amazing.
And great vision.
Plenty of options open in the middle. And she spotted them.
Oh, just a little too late.
A little late. Still in a good position. Play on, says the umpire. Oh, and squirts it out to the side. So Tasmania will take that as a win. They get a...
How good was that from their defensive side, or defensive half 50? They came out, transitioned the ball back on the wing, and then using their handball, and then actually looked for a target. And just the intensity from Jones onto the ball just created all of that inside 50.
The Tasmanians pushing up. Some more options. Couldn't quite take it. That was Libby Haynes. Couldn't quite grab it. Mackerel. Can't quite take the mark. Good pressure from Tasmania. Defending furiously, and it's bundled over the... Oh, no, it's not. Still inside. Oh, tries to run it inside and snap it over the shoulder. Dangerous. Centering kick and a good mark.
Great vision there from the South Australian Chloe Shear, I think it was, to find her teammate inside the corridor. Probably a bit too far out to score now. And passes it off. I think back to Chloe Shear, that might even be who let out really hard. And 2 bites of it, but took it. Her eyes never left the ball, and she made sure she knew exactly where it was on the drop. So terrific mark, and certainly you'd say that Chloe Shear was within her range.
She's been quite impressive tonight. She's a good build for a footballer, Chloe Shear. Potentially a cricketer as well. Just putting it out there, Chloe.
I can do everything these days. And she's kicked the goal. Terrific effort there by Chloe Shear. You know, she created it by switching the ball laterally into the corridor. Great vision and awareness. And then she pushed deep to then lead up. Beautiful hard lead and had her hands out in front, but needed 2 bites of it. Great defence from the Tasmanian. But Chloe Shear, she's absolutely terrific in her body strength and her awareness and her vision on the ball, and went back and a lovely straight shot in front of goal and puts the South Australians another goal ahead. So 5-3, to South Australia, to Tasmania 1-3-9. And we have about 1:40 to go in the third quarter.
Ball up again. Not taken cleanly. Bannister running through the middle, can't pick it up either. Still working hard, South Australia. Umpires found a free. It's going the way of Tasmania. It's had a little bit of a blowout in the score for the Tasmanians. Good work there, though. Still having good endeavour.
Hospital balls.
Well, she did spot an open player and someone snuck off the bench straight onto her open player, so...
I guess that's one of the things we start teaching the kids at a much younger age now with the girls, is getting that ball low and flat so you can move it really quickly and not end up with hospital passes like that, but you also get a bit more control of it. So if you want to play at this level, you've got to be able to kick proficiently, run really well, and you've got to make great decisions when you've got the ball.
That was Charlotte Kenny, who couldn't quite control it there from Tasmania. Another ball up. Good tap down again. Well read from South Australia. Well practiced. Bannister again for about a 30th possession today. Well wrapped up from South Australia defenders. Bannister on the left. Well watched from South Australia.
How good's Katineri been tonight? Cartneri, I'm never going to get it right. But how good has she been tonight anyway? She hasn't been beaten in defence, and her rebounding work's just terrific. So well done to the young one on debut, I should say. Cartneri.
Maybe she's got a nickname.
Cartneri.
Cartneri, there we go.
There you go.
I like Cartneri. She sounds a little bit more European.
Yeah. She probably likes it the way she says it. Anyway, at the end of the third quarter, we have South Australia leading 5 goals, 3-33 to Tasmania's 1 goal, 3-9. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes with the last quarter between Tasmania and South Australia.
We're going to get to eat. We're all going.
Are we going home? So we're not watching any more today?
See you tomorrow.
We're back for the last quarter of the NAB AFLW under-18s game between Tasmania and South Australia. South Australia currently leading 5 goals 3-33 to Tasmania's 1 goal 3-9. What do Kelly Gibson? What do Tasmania need to do from here?
Oh, I think they've just got to keep attacking the football. It's the last quarter. Everyone's going to be a little bit tired now. Yeah, just keep attacking the football, be first to the contest, and just take some risk. It's the last quarter.
Absolutely. Wise words from Kelly Gibson there. AFL Premiership player this year with the Adelaide Crows. South Australia off to their usual start with Jessica Allen winning the ruck, forcing it inside 50. Little pop out the back. Tasmania in front, can't hold the mark. South Australia at the back. Good pressure, good tackle.
Well done. That was Sabrina Manjerovic. She's a 19-year-old playing at full back there for Tasmania, and it's her 5th national championship. She played for Vic Country about 5 years ago, and then 4 years playing for Tasmania. Terrific effort.
I think she's about 30. She's been around forever. So South Australia, good ball movement, popping it on the left, over the top, good hand, got a hand on it. Tasmania, dangerous bounce. Can't quite clear it. Everyone holding their feet now. They've been listening to you, Kelly, obviously.
Good stuff.
Someone's got to. And the ball's bundled over the boundary line for a boundary line throw-in. A little bit dangerous here for Tasmania.
Tasmania have got 13 girls on debut at this national championship, so some of the girls will be a bit overawed, whereas South Australia only got 10. They've got a lot of girls who've been here before, so playing football at this level can be a bit overawing, and you just got to adjust to the pressure of the level of the game.
Definitely, it's still growing, absolutely, in Tasmania, and I think the AFLW has really inspired a lot of the Tasmanian girls. I know that a few of them played in a North Melbourne game this year. Obviously with the intention that hopefully they'll come into it eventually at some stage when they expand the AFLW. So Bannister again, ducking and weaving. Tries to find her teammate in Haynes. She's been pretty good for Tasmania. Draws the free, little handoff. Drives it down the line. South Australia in front.
Here we
well
go.
read by Cartanieri.
That's our girl.
Woo!
But again, holding her front spot there, and instead of just blazing away, she knew she had a player in a better position and gave the hands off. Smart thinker.
Very good. Out on the far side of the field, Tasmania drive it forward again. Sitting out the back, Tasmanians. Not paid. Holding her feet. Good numbers from South Australia. Clears it out for South Australia. No real control. Pops it on the foot, releases it quickly. Tasmania bail out of it. Driving back inside. Good ball from South Australia. Girls starting to get a little bit tired here. Balls aren't quite hitting their targets. Bannister still going at full steam. Good effort, good control. And that's Jones trying to push it forward. Good bump. Ball hasn't quite gone out yet. The umpire's called, he's going to ball it up though.
I'd really like to see the girls, you know, that they come towards the boundary line and they just chuck it on their boot. I'd love them to just kind of pedal back a bit, actually take the game on, come back and look corridor. Might open the game up a little bit more. Good
call. So that's King. Good clearance. She's been pretty good for Tasmania. Looked back inside. Great work from Maggie Cuthbertson. Working in the back line today. Normally a forward, kicked 4 goals in the North Melbourne game.
Absolutely. 19-year-old. She's been given special dispensation to play. Tasmania, obviously a developing state, so it's good to see some of the older girls getting a second opportunity to showcase what they're about at this level.
Boundary line throw in. Allen again. Dominant. Handed out, steps back inside. Good smart football there. Didn't quite have the support mackerel. Gets her own handball.
And she's won the football again, I think.
She has.
Remind you of anyone, Kel?
Yeah, it's great. I think I taught her well.
Well, I wasn't referring to you, but anyway, you'll take that.
Bannister gone laterally. Oh, and that's beautifully read by the youngster Nikki Gore in the headgear. She gives it out to Brianna Walling. She's been pretty good in the first quarter. Just overcooks it a little over the back. South Australia looking to further their lead. Tasmania cleared it out, but only straight down the throat of a South Australia. Caught on the 50-minute.
Might get done here.
Should have to be done, I would think.
Oh. Well, disappointing there. If Tasmania had all the numbers, there was 1-on-2, obviously, and then they needed to extract the football out, and then Charlotte Kenny would have been out then on the wing on her own if they had been able to get it.
So back inside. No one there. Heading towards the boundary.
The girls are getting really tired now. You can see them walking out there now.
Lots of numbers inside 50. Pretty congested. Little tap again from the South Australians. Tasmania trying to clear it. Oh, running back inside. Oh. Beautifully read from South Australia. Pushed up the field a little. Got a chip, got a little bit under it. And gave the Tasmanians plenty of time to...
Great vision.
So back in the centre square. Good numbers from South Australia. Plenty of red around the ball. But Tasmania come up with it.
Again.
Good job from Tasmania. Force it downfield. It's one-on-one. Good tackle. Play on. And good body work from South Australia. No follow-up, unfortunately, from the Tasmanians. And a free kick has been found for over the shoulder, I think. And that's a free to South Australia. So she's well under that. Little fist in there from South Australia. Trying to keep it pushed down ground. Great position from Tasmania. But South Australia have read that nicely. Good looking kick, good position in front.
That was a great pass inside 50.
Well, Cal, if you're a forward, you'd love it. You'd love someone hitting you up like that.
Definitely. Take time now. Got the breeze. Time. Chloe Shears at the back here.
Oh, it stayed
Got a
in
little
as well.
bit
I'm not
excited
sure
there.
how that stayed in. Still in.
Surely that was holding the player.
I don't think so. Good numbers. Good pressure from
Great
behind.
contest.
I've been so impressed by Maddie Bennett. She's the smallest player out there and she just cracks in.
So Nikki Gore. Good looking little kick out the back. Oh, South Australia can't hold it. Got a little clearance and has dragged it left. Probably had a little bit more time than she thought.
Maddie Bennett, 150 centimetres. That I've got 4 centimetres on her, so that's terrific. But
You could be
she's
running around there then, Charlotte.
great. But terrific to see. I mean, that's what this game's about. It's for all shapes, sizes, heights, strengths. That's the really wonderful thing about our game. Is it's so inclusive like that. That players at 150 centimetres are just as important as someone who's 185 centimetres, like Jessica Allen right now, who's playing as a small off the ground. But And there's South Australian have got inside 50 through her work.
Good handoff, and finishes off with a great goal for South Australia. Can't tell you who the goal scorer was.
It was a terrific team effort there. Obviously, Jessica Allen had won the ball at ground level through the middle of the ground, but those three South Australian forwards worked together to make sure they won the ground ball, the quick hands out, and then making sure they got it into the hands of someone who was loose to kick the goal. So, terrific effort by South Australia. It's great to see this sort of team play. They're using their angles really well. They're looking for width and lateral play. They're running in numbers out of defence, and then they're working, collectively in their forward line. So, obviously, being really well coached and really well developed.
Ball down South Australia, trying to control it, getting it out wide, moving the ball well at this stage. Good lead. That's a great grab. Great work from South Australia. They're really getting better and better each quarter at the moment. They've got a game tomorrow, though, against the Northern Territory. So good pressure. She's stripped that. That was very rugby league-like. But good defensive work from the Tasmanians there. I think that's Manjerovic. South Australia in front again. Good body work and good strength.
Chloe Shear again. So, she takes some terrific marks, doesn't she? And, the great thing about her is she can win her own football, and then she goes back and can set up a set shot like this. And, she's a lovely finish with the ball. So, hopefully she'll be able to put another one on the board and stake her claim potentially for being drafted and to showcase what she's about. Maybe earn herself an Allies Guernsey as well as they work through to July. So it's a very long run up here. Maybe she's taken some lessons from Matthew Richardson, but the approach is really nice and measured and consistent here. And she's got the distance, has she got the accuracy, and that's a lovely shot on goal. And what a terrific effort there. Great reward too, Chloe Shear. What a terrific opening game she's had in this first round of the AFL Women's Under-18 Championships.
There's been a fair bit of hype around Shear, so it's good to see that she's actually living up to it. There's been a few girls before that have sort of crumbled under pressure a bit, but she's been really solid tonight. Kelly?
Yeah, she definitely has. Like you said, she was a player to watch and she stood up tonight. I think majority of the players to watch have stood up tonight, if you would agree with that. But, yeah, it's great to see Shear just actually making her mark in the game.
Allen gets the tap again, runs on well, looks like Nikki Gore again. She's been moved into the midfield, doing a good job.
So Nikki Gore is a member of the Australian or the national... Oh,
that's a free.
Yeah, and look, that's really just a... really undisciplined, or just a sloppy tackle. It didn't seem like there was anything malicious in that, but just a bit sloppy. And it's great that obviously we take really good care with players' heads these days. And she knew exactly what she'd done at the time, and it might even be looked at by the review panel after this event.
Christensen driving it inside 50 again for South Australia.
And good to see Christensen's okay. She got straight up and probably a little bit surprised by the contest, but it shows you that it was probably not too hard. But, good to see her straight back up.
Good work by, looks like McKinnon's moved into the ruck inside 50 there. Allen driving it deep. Good fly from South Australia. Can't hold it. And Tassie runs into her own player. A little bit of communication breakdown and chips it dangerously into the corridor.
Oh.
Umpire's going to ball it up about 30 metres just to the left of the South Australian goals. Good tap down, well read from Bannister, from Allen. She's starting to read that left-hand ruck work. Oh, it might just pop over the top.
Through.
Well, that was terrific there by Bowles. She just put the hand out, the don't argue, and she backed herself in. She knew she had the angle right and just threw it on the boot, got the snap over the left shoulder, and, the Tasmanians didn't guard the goal square well enough, and she got the nice high bounce, and over the head it went.
Love a good high bounce.
So South Australia increased their lead 8 goals 4-52 to 1 goal 3-8. Still got about 2 minutes left to this final quarter in the NAB AFLW Under-18s match between Tasmania and South Australia. And South Australia running away again. Tasmania have really sort of fallen apart a little bit with their structures. Trying to find the teammate, getting under it a little bit with Tasmania. Can't clear it out. It's a little bit of kick and hope. South Australia clearing out the back, looking a lot calmer under pressure, and found another free player. Good lead from the front. So about 35 out. Went for the short, has gone for the short runner, but she's now going to take her time. Looking for to offload it. Oh, and well intercepted by Tasmania. Read that well.
Jones has gone a bit quiet in this last quarter.
Well, she's got 50 possessions, so she's probably a little tired.
Hey, you got to be consistent.
And good tap down again. Dangerous position for the Tasmanians. Did manage to clear it out. Looking for someone down the line. Gets a good bounce, South Australia. Back inside. Ball on the ground. Great hands. Picked up beautifully. Around the corner snap. Looking for a teammate. Tasmania fighting hard here. South Australia, little twirl. And another goal to South Australia.
Well, that was Brianna Walling, who's really getting her hands on the ball now, and I really liked her confidence there. The South Australians are very confident in their forward line at the moment. They're really willing to try and take on the Tasmanian opponent, and Walling was able to sort of dance around her opponent there, blind turn, and then snap it over her left shoulder as well, and kicked accurately, which is always terrific to see. So, but some of the work there done by Shear at the contest, again, she really creates opportunities for her teammates, and that's a sort of example that we see when players do look to create space and open the game up for their teammates.
That's the end of the game between Tasmania and South Australia. South Australia running away with the game. 9 goals for 58 to Tasmania's 1 goal, 3-9. I think standout players for you, Kelly?
Oh, got to say Jones again. She's been pretty much my favourite all night. A few of the Tassie girls have really worked their way into the game as well. I'm unsure of their names, but definitely some talent coming through Tasmania, and I'm excited to see what they have to bring for the rest of the competition. But Jess Allen, Ruckman, the rest of the competition are really got to look out for her and probably have a plan around how they're going to go against South Australia in the rock contest. But all around good game and good start to the championship.
And yeah, for me, look, I really like Jones. I thought her work was terrific. It needs to be a little bit more consistent maybe in that second half, but was probably rotated around in different spots given the state of the scoreboard as well. Shear was, she's described by her coach as the package, and I think she started to show us why she's called that. But to be honest, for me, the best on ground tonight was Jess Allen, giving the South Australians first use of the ball on the ruck. It wasn't just what she did in the ruck contest, it's what she did around the ground where she was able to intercept mark, and she took the game on, she ran, she had a bounce, she was agile, and she wasn't just keen to blaze away. She had purpose with her disposal. So for me, having a tall player at 185 do the sorts of things that she was doing tonight, for me, makes her the most valuable player on the ground for the South Australians.
Very smart player indeed.
And she's a top ager, so she might find herself on an AFLW list with her sister at the Crows come this summer.
I wouldn't mind having her on the list, that's for sure. She got my vote.
Absolutely. So thanks for joining us tonight at the NAB AFLW Under-18s game between Tasmania and South Australia, with South Australia running away with the victory. Tomorrow, South Australia will be taking on the Northern Territory from the Adelaide Oval at 4:30. So we look forward to your company then. Thanks very much for joining us.